Great movie.
Uh,
Great book.
the book is fantastic if you've not read it. Movie is, what I've heard, less so.
Uh,
To put it mildly.
yeah, it was okay. It just wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys have not read John Dies at the End, go read John Dies at the End. Or listen to the audiobook. Either way. He's fantastic. Oh, also, one last thing before we get started properly. I recently saw a Spanish film called Intacto. You guys should watch it. It's very Unknown Armies-esque. If you want to get a decent look at how the world works. And it's about people that steal luck from each other in very weird, organized games.
Huh.
And you can rent it for like $3 off of Google Play, or you can probably find it through less honest means.
Cool. I'll
Or
check that
DVD
out.
somewhere, or I don't know where you'd find a DVD of that. Alright. So, you guys are essentially the Walmart cabal. It's not called Walmart. I forget the name of the store you guys were all associated with.
The Buy More.
Yes. You are associated with a gentleman known as Sid Anderson, who runs a sort of like New Age, neo-pagan, other words to describe more newer spirituality / religious practices, reviving old ones, called the Flock. Very decently big, mostly social club with a little bit of political influence in the local town. And he has contacted you three because he needs some help. He's asked you to meet him in his office at the... What's the name of that store? 1 second. The Circle Edge bookstore, which serves as the group's main meeting place.
Alrighty.
So it's a nice, say, late spring, early summer day. Actually, let me just look up one thing. We'll say it's in June, closing in on the summer solstice. So you guys probably all pile into Mike Shore's car and take off into town.
What sort of car do you have, Mike?
That's a good question. That's a good question. He strikes me as the kind of guy who has a Jeep, you know. Don't really know what kind, but they're probably something low maintenance, something that is easy to start up and get going, you know, doesn't require a whole lot of maintenance.
Alright, is it sort of Jeep that would have doors, or is it just sort of an open cage?
I'm thinking open.
Okay.
That makes it more terrifying.
He likes to live life on the edge, you know.
You guys are a bit out of the sticks. I assume that's a thing that people drive around. It's open Jeeps.
Yep.
Alright. So you all pile, in some cases hesitantly, into Mike Shaw's Jeep. And take off for a very windy drive to the Circle Edge bookstore. So it's a mid weekday. So it's not particularly busy. It's pretty quiet still during work hours. On the inside of a bookstore, it's just somewhat bored-looking clerk who's just sort of sitting at the counter reading the book, and like two other patrons in the store are just sort of like browsing through the shelves.
Is it just a bookstore, or is it one of those new kinds where it's like half bookstore, half coffee shop?
It is mostly bookstore. There is no coffee shop in it, but there is a coffee shop just sort of like 2 stores down on the strip mall where they are. It does also sell other items for whatever particular spirituality / religion you happen to practice. So we've got tarot decks, we've got crystals. What else might we have? We got stuff for the I Ching. Anything that might be adopted by the New Agers. That's what they've got.
Okay. Is the guy we're hunting for here yet?
Well, according to his text, he should be up in his office at this time. Most likely getting the next edition of his magazine together. Or otherwise dealing with administrative duties of his group. You guys are enough. I'm sure you guys are on enough familiar terms that you can just sort of like head back into the office, just sort of nod to the clerk. You guys are going by. It's not an uncommon occurrence.
That suits me fine if it's alright with you guys.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yes.
Alright. So y'all wander back there. Sort of like a cramped, slightly rickety staircase heading up to the 2nd floor. And into Sid Anderson's office. Sort of cluttered room, mostly dominated by 3 old computers he has around. Each is sort of like specified for a few different activities he needs them to do. And Sid's just sort of pacing around his office, nervously looking out the window every so often, while rolling a joint between his fingers. He sees you 3 enter, and a look of relief washes over him. It's like, oh, thank God you guys are here, man. It's just like, just things are. It's he sort of flops down in his chair. Things are like really crazy, getting real crazy around here. For like, I'm not sure why, but just it's real damn crazy, man. It's just it's a lot of handle, and I'm just glad you guys come at such short notice. I thought you guys might have work, but I guess it was day off. In which case, I'm sorry for interrupting your days off. And he just sort of like trails off and just like swivels around in his chair to nervously look up a window.
I too suffer from anxiety.
You say while staring stoically into his eyes, unmoving.
You know, I'll just see if I can kind of maneuver him to sit down and just be like, "It's all right, you know, we're here. You know, what's going on?"
Evening, all.
Hey, Chris.
Oh,
Chris with a P this time.
Excellent.
No, we're kicking our ass today.
Awesome.
I know that feeling.
Has the plague finally vacated your house?
Mostly. We're on like the tail end and the stupid cough. But we're mostly okay. Now we just got a foot and change of snow to dig out.
Well, it's always something, I guess.
Pretty much, but at least I don't have to go to school tomorrow.
I am so glad I don't have to deal with snow shoveling anymore. The building people take care of that now.
Excellent. Well, while you get him called up real quick, I'm going to go grab a handkerchief because my nose is running like a faucet. I'll be right back.
I also know that feeling. Alright, Chris, with a P, I am glad you could make it, and that the snow did not wipe out your house.
Yeah, it's been fun. So what are we doing again? It's been so long that I've been here. I don't even know what the hell we're doing.
Alright, so we are currently attempting to get a game of Unknown Armies 3rd edition off the ground. We did a one-shot December... God, when was the one-shot we did? Was that December 7th or December 14th? Somewhere around there. Like 3 weeks ago. We did a one-shot, which I think you were in the midst of Christmas and Plague, and were not able to attend, unfortunately.
Sounds right.
And then we sort of pushed everything back till now. So when you were not in the midst of Plague and everyone else's Christmas stuff had passed, so we could all have a higher chance of getting together. The last one shot was called A Few of Our Favorite Things, and it was mostly a railroad of weirdness that seemed to go over well with people. Oop. And there are bleeps popping up. Okay. This time, we are playing the scenario Pin Feathers from the back of the 2nd edition core book. Currently using the pre-gens from Raiders of the Lost Mart PDF. That's just little standing characters. Didn't want to make my own characters because I'm kind of lazy. And these ones are fairly... let's see. You can pick from either Tory Hill, Avatar of a Captain, or Darby Carter, former grad student, now investigating the murder of her best friend. The other cast of characters...
or if you don't like playing as female characters, you can use my guy because
or you can switch with one of our players.
Yeah, I'm not really too attached to this dude. I just wanted to try something different.
That's fine. It doesn't matter. I'm just looking real quick.
Alright. They should be. If not, let me know, and I'll make sure to add you.
I have no idea about this system, so we'll figure it out.
Yep. We will figure stuff out. As well as get you up to speed on how a character sheet works for Roll20. Because we had a few problems with it last time. And we have a bit more of a handle on it. The downside to it is that it's very annoying to see where the little bubbles you need to click are for each ability, where they are in relation to the ability on the sheet sometimes. It's weird and could use a little editing, but it is mostly functional. As for rules, we will cover it mostly as the game goes on. Main thing you need to know is it's D100 system. You want to roll under your skill, and usually as low as possible. But there are some instances where you need to compare, and rolling higher better. I think it's higher better. Higher than works in some cases. I'm not sure.
Okay, I'll just take Darby because it's first. Whatever.
Which one?
Darby because it's first.
Okay. So our players are Chris G, who's playing Ann Paddington, the perfectly normal human. Dalton is playing Dustin Jovers, the man with a nose for magic. And Richard is playing Mike Shaw, person. He's got Phantom Destiny syndrome. That was his special thing.
He's a veteran with weird magic powers.
Yep. He gets clues about the future. and he might or might not be able to alter it. Oh, which reminds me, hunches might come up. I think Dustin and Mike both can get hunches. Alright, no. Dustin cannot get a hunch. He just gets hints. Mike, Richard, if you roll your Phantom Destiny Syndrome, I will explain what hunches do. What was one other person that got hunches? I'm not sure.
Not sure. I know the person I played last time was the captain.
Yeah.
She couldn't really get hunches.
No, she just gets therapy at this point for her crew members.
I have a cult wannabe, and it says at the start of each session I can roll to try to find one charge piece of exo stock, or is that going to be... That's not in the one-shots.
For this one shot, I'll let you roll that, since we remembered it. And I'll give you a piece of one stock. Or exo stock, sorry.
Nope.
Nope. You did not find anything.
It was a good try, though.
Dalton.
Yes.
Your nose for magic can... If you think something magical might be going on, or you want to try and track down something magical, you can just give me a roll on your nose. And I will let you know if there's something magical happening near you. Alright, Chris P. Are there any questions before we throw you into the scenario?
Nope. Not worth asking questions. I'm totally lost.
That is
roll with
okay.
it.
Alright. That is also one way to proceed. And we will answer your questions as we go. Alright, so I will give you a condensed version to get you up to speed.
That was a test.
Okay. I'll give you a condensed version to get you up to speed of where we are. So, you have gotten a call from a man known as Sid Anderson. Your group is on decent terms with his group. You're not really opposed to each other. So you're not in conflict. You've probably been to a couple of his events a couple times. He runs a group called The Flock, which is sort of like a neo-pagan, neo-spiritualist, neo-whatever, new agey type group that is currently active in Undisclosed. He's asked for your help and has called all of you here to help him with something that he did not specify over the phone. Currently, we'll just retroactively put you in a group. You were all come up to his office, where he's pacing around, looking very nervous, sort of like squinting out the window occasionally, and has currently just finished stammering out that he believes something strange is happening to him. It appears he's in some sort of trouble. Which is the point when you showed up. So we sort of pick up there. Sid Anderson has flopped down into his chair and sort of like swinging it from side to side, occasionally squinting out the room again. Oh well, sort of messing with a joint he has in his fingers.
Sid, you put that joint down right now. That's bad for your health.
He slowly puts it down.
Good. Give him a thumbs up.
So, you were saying something's got you upset. Why don't you tell us the story?
Sort of nods, looks out the window again, like, okay, man. So like this past week, having these like really odd dreams, like you know, our group's getting ready to do something big, you know, like actual something like big magic stuff. You know, we've been preparing this for a while. We're getting up on the solstice, so the timing's right. You know, it's all looking good. But like past week, I've just been getting these like really weird, not quite dreams, but I'm not sure what to call them. Just like really weird dreams. Sometimes like I see, there is like two. I can only really describe them as like bird women. They're sort of flying around me like, I guess almost vultures. I was dreaming one night, and I tried to like swoop down and like hit me, and when I swoop back up, that's all real weird. I mean, like other nights, like I feel like someone's been like stalking me, or like in a dream like my apartment's been trashed, or you know, there's like weird stuff like that. Like the universe is trying to tell me something. But then yesterday, I come home, and I think someone's tried to break into my apartment. I mean, my door wasn't forced, but like my window was open. I don't know for sure. I didn't leave my window open last night, but somehow like if I'm forced away, the window just opens by itself, and like I think someone's been. It didn't really. It wasn't like a big job. It wasn't like, you know, I just walked in like my entire apartment was a mess. Just like some things were like out of place, and someone had turned out my dresser. Just like weird stuff, man. And I think just like as you know, I got out of my apartment pretty fast and came here. You know, as I'm going out to like get, you know, like food and go around my town like this morning and a bit last night. I think someone's trying to follow me. I keep seeing like the same car or like two cars, just like, you know, appearing where I'm going or like following my car. You know, they're trying to like not look like they're following me, so like they'll turn off at points when I know I'm turning, so they don't look like they're following me, but they're definitely following me, man. He just like pauses and tries to compose himself a bit. And so I figured, you know, you guys could help me. You're not associated with a group. Like, we're on decent terms, so, you know, you do something for me, and like, I'll owe you big time, man. You guys deal with like weird stuff. Yeah.
I don't know why he thinks we can help. We were stuck in a hobo's mind for 12 hours 2 weeks ago.
Dustin is totally into this, especially hearing about some big magic stuff going on where other people are doing all the work and he can reap some rewards.
Okay.
Just to like give everyone a thumbs
I'm
up.
gonna sniff for magic just to make sure this guy's not just like super high and about to send us on a goose chase.
Alright. You can give me a roll.
Oh, I have no idea.
As far as you can tell, there's no magic happening around here.
And for Teacher Chris's benefit, you want to roll underneath the target number, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Seems logical.
Okay.
Under is good.
Okay.
If you play Call of Cthulhu or any basic role-playing system, roll under is good.
Okay.
So, did you start smoking before or after the weird stuff started happening?
Dalton, you can't just say that to people. It's so rude.
Look, man, like,
I mean, if I'm
have
not
a bit of
smelling
weed now and
magic,
again.
you know,
It's never giving me weird-ass dreams, okay? Like, it just, you know, calms my nerves sometimes, part of, like, group rituals, whatnot. Smoke some pot, we become closer, or magic stuff.
Okay, well, I guess let's start by making like a a list, you know. All right, so so right now you're saying that the symptoms you've been having are, or like the stuff that's been happening is like, you know, you've been having weird dreams about bird people, right?
Bird women.
Bird women, like harpies
Possibly?
or furies. I don't remember which one's which. Wait, are furies bird people too, or is it just harpies?
I don't know, man.
Okay, whatever.
Which half is a bird?
What?
I guess is it like top half bird or like 50-50 bird or like what kind of bird women?
Yeah, what's the bird ratio here?
Yeah, are these just like regular people with bird wings, or are they
don't
like
know.
angels?
What
Or-
kind of birds?
25% birds, 20%
Are they like
bird.
parrot birds or like seagull birds?
I don't know my birds, man. They're just like weird bird ladies in my dreams.
25%. That's
Yeah.
about that's a third generation bird person.
Bird lady dreams. All right, and someone broke into your apartment, right?
Yeah. That was last night. I came
Okay,
here
did-
and slept.
Did it look like they were hunting for something, or did they just trash the place?
I think we were hunting for something. Like we did trash for place, but we turned out a couple of my drawers and my dresser.
Okay. Hang on a sec, guys. I'm getting a phone call in real life. I'll be right back. Y'all carry on
Alrighty.
without me.
So have you gotten a look at the people that have been following you?
No, man, just like recognized the cars. One's like I don't know, a black Chevy. I think it's a Chevy. Everyone's one's like a I think it's a Beetle.
What color's the beetle?
Blue.
A blue beetle.
Ah, shit. Unintentional.
What? What?
Okay.
So, where have they, like, around your house, around the park, in a government facility? Where are these cars following you around?
Mental institution.
I got my connection's like real. It's chopping up on me at one point.
Mine's doing that too, but that's the storm.
Give me a moment. Close some things down. Alrighty. Close that. Okay. What were you saying, Chris?
Where around
Oh, I
town
was
are these
adding
cars
snarky
following you
comments.
around?
Hang on. I think you both spoke at once.
There's
Chris,
two Chris's. Where around town are you, like, seeing these cars?
Like, one was following me to the grocery store. And the other one, I think I saw it, when I was getting coffee. And the other time when I was outside my house, but I just remember seeing it when I was outside my house. Sort of, again, like I didn't register it the first time, but then when I came out after I found out someone had been in there, I saw it and realized I was being followed around, and I got out of there pretty quickly.
Gotcha.
Was the person driving the car a bird lady?
I didn't really get a good look at them. No.
You wouldn't notice they had a beak and feathers? Seriously?
Look, we were in the car and it was sunny and I couldn't really see through the glass. I assumed they were human, not bird people. Like, I think the bird is just really a metaphor for, like, they're free-spirited, or if they're like vultures trying to prey on me, or something like that. like they're hunting me, like an eagle or a hawk. A literal bird. It's a metaphor.
I don't know, man. I've seen some weird stuff.
Well, have you guys ever seen an actual bird person?
No, but doesn't mean they don't exist.
No, but I've had
I've
them
never
mop up the
seen
bathroom
a
before.
duck-billed platypus either.
Well, do you have anything here that is going to be involved in the big magic thing you guys have planned? Or can you tell us any more about? I guess you don't want to spoil it, or you probably worked hard, but is there anything? If you have something big planned, that seems like that's going to be probably have to do with what's going on.
Maybe. I mean, we got most of the stuff already moved up to the farm already. Like,
Are there birds on this farm?
I think the listings keep chickens, but I don't really know.
Were they chicken people?
I don't think so. They're definitely more like vultures or a bird of prey or scavenger birds. Don't think they're chickens. I don't think chickens would fit in the metaphor hunting me very well.
I have no idea. You're the one with bird issues. I'm just asking.
Well, they're like dreams, man. I don't remember dick from them, except for general impressions.
You have some serious issues with birds and people
Yeah,
birds.
except for the bird part.
Hey, Sid, be cool. We're here to help. Let's calm down.
I'm just kind of confused on the whole bird thing.
Everybody's getting riled up about the birds. We're gonna take a step back.
Okay, while you guys were talking, what's my character's name?
Mike.
Mike. Yeah, Mike was looking up Harpy's on his phone, and found this. He's like, according to this, like, the Harpers are supposed to come and like eat and carry evildoers to the Eries. Do you think you might have done something kind of bad? No judgment, just asking you, because it's supposed to be symbolic and stuff.
I don't think so. Like, we're just, getting ready for thing, and like we're trying to promote alternate religions.
Would this thing bring about the end of the world?
No,
Or
man.
lots of
Like,
chicken.
Is it human sacrifice?
no.
Or bird
Thank
sacrifice.
God.
Are you gonna be doing some Wicker Man stuff?
Are you perhaps
What?
summoning
No.
Satan?
Or birds.
He just sort of like stares at you. He's like, no, man.
All right, so I'm sorry we're being so
Got a hold of
abrasive
his
to you.
ritual.
It's just it never hurts to cover your bases when you're dealing with supernatural. you
And the
know?
only solid clue you gave us was birds, so we're really kind of working with birds.
It's called the Phoenix Ritual, or I think that's what it's called. It's sort of like
You're not gonna
It's
burn yourself
just,
alive to the ashes, right?
no, it's like metaphor. Like, we perform this ritual, and it sort of like helps our group rise from its status. It's just sort of like it's magical direction, or magical. What's a word? Angel
Generation.
investor.
What?
Yeah. Well, I was
What?
thinking more like it's a infusion of energy, like where Silicon Valley capitalists infuse money into. You know what? Never mind. It's just like it's supposed to help our group. Metaphor kind of broke down. But
Okay
it's
then.
not really any sort of like big world-ending mojo. I don't think that stuff exists anymore. Or might have just
Amen.
made up entirely.
Never know. So, have you cleaned your apartment since it was broken into?
Oh man, I got out of there as fast as I could.
Hey,
Okay.
let's go see it.
Yeah. Do you want to come with us, or
Do you need
maybe
to bring, like, newspapers?
Sure, man. I mean, you need my code to get into a building anyway.
Yeah.
Probably be safer with you guys.
You
Yeah.
could just tell us the code, I guess. But okay.
Well, no. I think you should come with us. That way, if someone is following him, we'll get a chance to look at him.
And I think I speak for everyone when I say that we've grown quite fond of your company in these last few minutes.
Not sure about your bird obsession, but
Look, man, I'm not obsessed with birds. It's just there are birds in.
you're dreaming about
dreams.
birds and bird people. That sounds kind of
Birds are
like it
metaphor.
might be.
And it's the Phoenix Project.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but there's a direct connection there.
And underneath this couch cushion, there's an X-Men comic.
I see. I've been to your Fandango account, and I see you've already pre-ordered tickets to the new X-Men movie too. Yeah. Dark Phoenix one. Yeah. All right,
I
this
don't
joke's
see the
going.
connection here.
Man, let's go. Like, let's get off the fucking birds. They're just a metaphor.
Okay.
We'll see
How
about
do you
that.
know that? You said you don't know what it means.
Well, I don't know what it means, but I can
So
recognize
therefore, it
the
might
metaphor.
be important.
All right. Enough of this nonsense. Pile into the Jeep.
Can we retroactively say that's a T-bird and not a Jeep?
Do either of you have the capital to afford a T-bird?
Of course not. We work at Walmart.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You can dream about it as a T-bird. It's still just a Jeep.
So on the way over there, while we're sort of shooting the breeze, I'm gonna ask him if he has any enemies that he might be, might be after him.
I don't think there are some people who don't like us. I don't know of anyone who like actively try and like hurt us. Just we're not harmful. We're more like I think people just see us as like a social club. Nothing serious, nothing to get up in arms about. Just get left alone and laughed at by people on YouTube.
So, Sid, I want you to
Kinda
to
it.
rate yourself on a chart for me. If your magical group was an animal rights activism group, would you make funny videos on Facebook? Would you free dogs from kennels? Or would you kill people who abuse animals? Where do you fall on that spectrum?
I guess more on the side of put videos on YouTube.
Alright, I trust you.
I feel like Sid, you'd be the we rate dogs of magical pagan groups.
Look, like, man, we don't need the police to come get involved with us. They're already gonna give us funny looks as it is. Don't need to give them a reason to like come busting down our door.
I'm
We
still
keep.
a little curious as to what this ritual is supposed to do. I don't really get that.
It's like. It's like. Oh, uh-oh. And. Hang on. Oop. I'm back?
I hear you.
Alright. I am back. Okay. It's like. It's really more metaphor. Like, you can't really tell with these rituals. Like, they might work, they might not work. It's gonna give it a shot. If something happens, it's good. And like we're trying to structure it so that it does happen,
Okay,
timing.
but what's supposed to happen?
It's like I'm not too. The ritual itself is very weirdly worded. Like it's kind of old and I think poorly translated from Latin.
Okay, can we see it then so we can figure out what it does?
Well, hang on, one thing at a time. Let's check out his apartment first, and then we'll check out the ritual, because we're already on the way over there.
I just figured I'd read it while we're driving.
Oh, do you have it with you, Sid?
I usually keep it in my desk. He pulls out a notebook. It's like when I'm able to make heads or tails of it, it's basically just sort of like meant to guide our group. Like,
So you're casting a ritual that you don't actually know what it does or can't pronounce. Is that right? I'm just
Okay,
making
I
sure
can
I'm clear on
pronounce
this,
it.
but you don't know what it means. Is this like hooked on
been
phonics
able-
rituals?
Sounds dangerous enough for me. How can I get in on the ritual?
Do you know what goes on half the time in your fucking store, man? Like, I hear weird shit just sort of like pops up on my
I
shelves.
don't know what half stuff's going on right in front of my face. I mean, this is totally nuts, and I don't know what's going on, but I'm still here. But I certainly don't recite ancient languages that I can't speak. You know.
Well, I mean, there's not really any sort of speaking part. It's more like chanting, music,
That's speaking.
accompaniment, tonal humming. Like, I got, other people are helping me out with this part. I'm just trying to, like, get
Can any
everything.
of them
Obviously,
speak the language?
Sid. Someone has to know what they're doing.
Alright.
Alright,
So
I'm
y'all-
somewhat
So
concerned
you're
now.
bickering and arguing with Sid. You all pull up outside his apartment building.
Not really arguing. I'm just kind of probing for questions because I'm doubting Sid's competence at everything right now.
I think it's a little less than probing. I think it's a little more than like wailing on him with a shovel at this
yeah,
point.
but that's
You do seem to be getting a little harsh with him.
yeah.
It's bad cop, bad cop.
I thought that's what we were doing.
Yeah.
Bad.
You guys are being
It's
nice,
bad
and I was
cop.
being harsh. Is that
Sid,
what we're
I
doing?
can't believe your apartment's the top floor of this 1,000-floor building. It's beautiful.
Alright.
Elevator.
It's just a 10-story building. He's on the 4th floor. You can give me notice rolls, please.
How do I do that?
So if you go on your sheet, let me bring up Tori Hill because no one's using her. All right, so on your sheet, underneath the bars, there should be just a section where it says like fitness, dodge, status, pursuit, and all your ones. You want to go to notice and click on the bubble on the right-hand side.
Right. Okay. I get input value shift.
Just leave that blank and hit OK. All right.
How embarrassing.
All right, Chris, you got a 38 versus a 35. So you're a little distracted with talking to Sid as he's sort of like walking up to the apartment building. All right, the rest of you, a 12, a 30, and a 26. All right, Dalton and Chris. As you're stepping out of a Jeep, just sort of like making your way towards the apartment building. Give me 1 second to look up cars. Do.
So I saw the new Star Wars movie.
I did
No
too.
spoilers. No spoilers. It's on my list to see.
Okay, I'll shut up.
Not spoil it. All right, Chris and Dalton. Chris P and Dalton. As you're sort of like walking up, looking around, you can spot somewhat down the street. There appears to be a black it wouldn't be out of place if there weren't like very few cars on the street at this time. You can just sort of like make out the vague outline of a man just sort of like reclined in his chair. Can't really tell where he's looking. And up the street, you can see what appears to be a blue Volkswagen Beetle, sort of parked outside of a nearby coffee shop.
There's the
There's
beetle.
a woman. Indeed. And there's a woman just sort of like standing outside of the car, just sort of smoking. She looks reasonably well dressed, if a little on the serious side. Got a very nice blouse and suit on. Looks like it costs a decent amount of money. And
Clearly, we hate her.
she seems to be trying to seem to pay less attention to you guys than she actually is. I think Richard, you rolled a 12. So you had a bit of weather in the town lately. It seemed a storm just like rolled through a while back, and as you're walking up to the apartment, just sort of like look up and glance around, and on the side of Sid's balcony, you can see what appear to be muddy boot prints, just like on the concrete of the balcony. Appear to be like sort of positioned like someone just like scrambled up and over onto the balcony.
I see. Does it look recent, like, or did it look like it happened the night before?
It's pretty dry at this point, but like it still looks fairly recent.
Okay.
You'd say, if not last night, like early this morning.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. Would it be reasonable for me to sort of guesstimate his shoe size based on looking at the prints? Because I know it the size of the print changes once the ground dries it up. So could I give a general estimate of what size shoe the guy wears?
The shoes on the side appear to be fairly small. You'd recommend like a size 8.
Is that size 8 before or after it dried?
Before.
Gotcha. Okay. I will point this out to the group as we go inside.
I point out the blue bug that Sid mentioned. Look, there it is.
Oh, hey, are those people that were following you, Sid?
There's a black car over there, but it's not a blue bug.
He looks over, as you're also like turned to stare. The woman looks a little nervous, puts out her cigarette and starts walking over to her, towards you guys. Sid just sort of like squints a bit, like, yeah man, that's the blue bug that was following me around.
Oh, there you go.
She's coming this way. Look natural.
Another mystery solved.
Yeah, we practically have this whole thing done.
Okay, I'm going, while she's coming up, I imagine, what's his name? Mike has like a coat or something on. He's gonna stick his hands in his pockets, you know, while she comes up, you know, like he maybe could be concealing a weapon or something in there, just in case. Yeah.
Okay.
And then just wait for her to, you know, make the first move.
I step behind Rich's character.
Alright.
So I can still see clearly, but I've got a guy in front of me to help, you know, protect me from danger.
Alright, so Mike Shar will absorb the first round of bullets.
He is
you
a
got
veteran.
Dalton and Chris G. Are you two doing anything?
Watching with interest as this all unfolds.
So how's my range on sniffing for magic? Can I try to see if I can kind of smell anything coming off of her?
It depends on what you roll.
Okay. Let's
So
do
if
it.
you want to try and sniff out some magic.
So close.
There, what does that do? Does that
That's
do
a crit
anything
fail too,
special?
isn't it? Yeah.
It's not a critical failure, but it's a match failure. So,
Oh, okay.
critical failure is critical failure was 0-0 if I remember correctly.
Oh, okay.
And one is a critical success. Dustin. Here we go. Match failure. You're not getting anything. Just like head twinge. But nothing solid. So the woman sort of like walks up to you. Stands somewhat awkwardly in front of you. Is like, well, I didn't, hi. My name's Maggie. How are you guys doing?
A little weirded out by birds.
Mike's going to kind of look over and see if like Sid has any sort of recognition on his face. Does Sid know this person?
Sid seems a little wigged out, but it doesn't seem to be recognizing.
Well, what can we do for you, Maggie?
Look, it's gonna sound a little weird, just like, just walk up to you guys out of the blue, and tell you some, so I'm just gonna, like, lay it down on you, like, it's this gal I know called Angela. I think she's come to this town to, like, try and, like, hurt this, she points at Sid, like, him, like she thinks you've got something important, and then she wants to steal it from you. Like nods and sort of sways back and forth on her feet.
Could you go into a little more detail, please?
It's like I mean, it's like super, like, I'm pretty sure it's like delusional. I don't think she's quite right in the head,
How do you know her exactly? Is she a friend of yours?
She was a friend. We knew each other from college days. We hang out a bit, and then she went a little weird, and then we sort of split up after that. But she thinks like, Sid's got some sort of like cool magic artifact. Her words, not mine. That's what she said.
So, Matt, what do I need to roll for my BS detector?
Your BS detector would be
Would it be notice or maybe a lie?
That would be connect.
Connects my BS detector?
Yep. Connecting with other human beings.
Cool. Oh, that sucks. Someone else please roll that.
I don't know. Can I roll that? Do I have that?
You all should have connect. At some value. So you can all give me a connect roll. Alright, Dalton Richard. She seems on the up and up. If a little, like, weird. She's following someone just to, like, approach you guys. So it's a little odd, but doesn't seem to be lying. Alright, Chris's. She's not, as far as you are able to tell from her, she's not entirely lying. Like, as she's speaking, you're definitely getting a sense that she's leaving stuff out, and maybe twisting things a bit. But, like, most of what she said seems to be true. Like, she generally does believe that, like, someone named Angela is coming after Sid.
Is there anything like specific we can figure out? Okay, we think we're lying about this more than this, or
When she mentions the name Angela, she's sort of like, she gets a very, it's almost like she's decided to suck on like a very like powerful sour candy almost. Just sort of like it's like sort of like a very short, intense burst of I almost say bitterness. Like, there's something she hasn't gotten over, or there's like more to that name. There's more of a name's meaning to her than she's letting on at this point, and we're just sort of like friends in college.
Yeah, I was about to ask about that. Well, we do appreciate you giving us the heads up, Maggie, but some of your story doesn't really make much sense to me. Like, you're saying that your college friend, by the way, Matt, does she look like she's been out of college for a while? Does she look like
at least a few years at this point.
Okay.
You'd pick her around like mid, heading towards late 20s.
Okay. So your college friend, out of the blue, decides to drive over to another town, and break into this guy's apartment, and try to steal some magical artifact. I'm gonna do finger quotes when I say magical artifact. And somehow, after the fact, you find out about it and decide to personally drive over here and warn us about it. That's about the size of it?
Yup.
I see.
Just
Well, have you gone to the police about this?
I've tried, but we don't really. Police aren't really gonna respond to like woman after magical artifact, are they?
And everybody in the
Sure.
group has a big laugh when he mentions going to the cops.
Now, I'm trying to get a feel for this lady, see if she's like how on the up and up she is exactly. Like, if she's like, like a wizard or whatever, or if she's just a normal person who got sucked into this.
And she's sort of like staring at you, and he was like, just like trying to do a little good in the world, warn you about like crazy friend.
Oh, well, thanks for that. Is there anything else we should know about her? Is she like, dangerous? Does she have a gun? Does she know karate or anything?
She's more a danger to herself than anything. She's gonna get probably mixed up in something bad just because of what she believes. I don't think she owns a gun.
Okay. And you said the two of you were friends during college?
Yep.
Could you maybe, I imagine that you probably got a few pictures of the two of you together on your phone or some such, or maybe on your Facebook. Could you maybe show us a picture of her so we'll know what to look out for?
I don't really like keep things on my phone. She holds up her phone. It's like a simple like flip top. Doesn't even have a camera.
Oh,
It's kind of old. Didn't really change it in a while.
Well, do either of you have a Facebook account? We could. I've got a phone right here, and we could look up your account, and you know, look at it through there. You know.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Do that.
You're getting real creepy, Mike.
Well, I'd just kind of like to know what the crazy stalker lady who might try to kill us might look like, you know? Okay. So, yeah, I'll hand over the phone to her and let her pull that up.
Alright. Sort of stand on the phone, just type stuff in. She hands it back to you. She's put up a profile of Angela Osborne. She's sort of like a tall-looking woman, brown hair, tied back. Doesn't seem to be like too much activity, or there was a lot of activity. A couple of years ago, showing there are plenty of pictures of like her and Maggie.
I show it to the group and to Sid.
Oh.
Sid, do you recognize this young lady?
He sort of like takes a look at it as like, not really, man. Not really. Doesn't ring a bell. Since he's getting a little nervous. Like, still like fidgeting, looking towards the door. Can tell without a connect roll that like he definitely recognizes something, but you're not sure what, and he's sort of like wanting to get inside the building, out of possible attack sites.
Gotcha.
Hey,
Well,
Sid, you're looking nervous. Let me go inside with you.
Like a normal human would.
Yes.
Let us walk through doors as people walk. Okay. Well, I appreciate you coming over here and helping us out, Maggie. I'm gonna give you my number in case you remember something else you need to tell us or whatever, you know. Or do you just need to get a hold of us?
Oh, yeah, cool. You can do that. You know, you exchange numbers.
Okay. Or, you know, if you want to grab some coffee or something after all this is over, you know, whatever.
So, like, she takes a step back and Vaz, like, no, man, it's okay.
That was a joke. Okay. But, one more question, though. Do you remember what she said the magic artifact, again with the finger quotations? Do you remember what she said it was called, or what it looked like?
I think it was a compass of some kind.
A magic compass.
Yeah, you know, magic compass.
Isn't that like a fantasy book with fighting polar bears or something?
It's the golden compass,
I
you
think of the
schmuck.
golden compass. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Different type of thing.
All right. Well, I'll ask Sid if it rings any bells. Thanks again.
Yep. Cool. Yeah, you know, I'm you know, happy to help. Just trying to do good.
Yep.
Well, yeah. Let's see you later. I'll text you if anything. If I see anything.
Yeah.
About that.
Yeah. I'll let you know if we see her. Yeah. I'm gonna stand out front in front of the apartment while she walks away.
Yep. She walks away. It's super awkward.
Yeah.
At least for her.
Yeah.
Well, that was normal.
Yep. Can I get her license plate number as she drives off?
You can do that.
Okay, cool. All right, so that was exciting. Oh wait, hang on. Let me rewind that. I'm sorry, I completely like steamrolled over everyone. Did you guys have any questions you wanted to ask her before she went away?
Not really, no.
I just wish I could have gotten a look inside the car, but then we would have had to invite her in, which probably would have been a worse idea than getting to see the inside of the car.
Yeah.
So I think we're good.
Okay.
I mean, you could always try and follow her. Blue Beetle is pretty distinctive.
So it's a big black Jeep.
So is a Jeep. Anyway, you all sort of like, after she's driven off, y'all get into an apartment building. Climb into the rickety sole elevator, riding up to the 4th floor. As you're walking down the hallway to Sid's apartment, you can notice the door is slightly ajar.
Sid, you've been robbed again. You need to find a better neighborhood.
So, Sid, did you leave the door ajar when you rushed out of your apartment this morning?
Oh man, I locked it. Like, shit. And he goes running off towards it.
Sid, darn it. I'm
I
gonna
will
run
wait
after
here.
him.
And when the screaming stops, I'm sure it'll be safe.
Are you all waiting outside the apartment?
No, I'm just kidding. I was gonna follow. I was just gonna not charge blindly into the room with clearly the killer inside. I've seen this movie. It doesn't go well.
I'll
I
try
guess-
finally.
John Wayne Gracie, what are you doing here?
I will. Actually, hang on a sec. Can I use my Phantom Destiny syndrome to see if there's a, I don't know, a bomb or a serial killer inside, or is that like take time and concentration?
You can give me a roll.
All right, what would I roll?
Roll. Oh. Connection's poor, and I'm back.
Okay. What do I need to roll for my Phantom Destiny syndrome?
Just click the little bubble near Phantom Destiny Syndrome on your identities. Oh wait, no, it's a supernatural ability, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so click the little bubble on the right side of supernatural ability. Should be at the bottom of your sheet.
Alright, I see the thing, but I don't see where you're supposed to click on it to roll it. Or maybe this is it.
That's a 1.
Wow,
Regular failure.
I really suck at telling the future.
It's okay.
That's horrendous. Only a 20.
Most Unknown Armies abilities are pretty bad like that.
I mean, if I could tell the future 1/5 of the time, people would be pretty impressed.
You would still be a millionaire.
Let's see. You're not getting anything. No portents of doom and gloom are popping up for you.
So I'll have to
You can hear Sid sort of like running around swearing in his apartment building, or in his apartment.
I headed.
I will get to the door and just kind of peek inside, make sure it's safe.
How many pair of boxers are strewn across the floor?
There are tens of pairs
Ah,
strewn across.
I'd expect no
along with
less of
pretty much
DLC.
everything else in the apartment building.
Sid, I must
That's
say
just
I'm
been
very
like-
disappointed in you. First the joint, and now your terrible housekeeping skills.
So it just sort of like seems to like, it's just collapsing in a corner at this point. Swearing.
Alright, so, Sid, I'm imagining the place is pretty trashed at this point.
Yup.
Okay,
Tables are
so-
overturned. Pots and pans have just been like cleared out from the kitchen. Bedroom's a mess.
So, Sid, you don't know who this woman is that's after you, but
Oh man, but like that Maggie person who just like showed up out of a fucking blue.
yeah.
I'm almost positive that she's one of the women that just like popped up in my dreams. Like she's one of the bird people.
One of the Furies?
Bird people.
We're
Yeah,
back
Furies,
to the bird.
harpies, bird people, whatever the fuck you want to call them.
Okay.
I was
Right?
getting
Well,
worried. We stopped
feathers.
talking about birds for like 20 minutes, and I was afraid.
And now you brought it back.
I'm glad we're back here.
Well, I fucking recognized the woman.
If you just yelled "bird woman," we would have been.
Yo, man, you don't just yell that shit on the street.
Why
You don't
not?
wanna alert them?
Oh, hang on, back up. You saw a picture of the other woman though, the one that broke in. Was she in
Yeah.
your dream too?
Yeah, man, like we're both.
Hmm.
Now I see both of our pictures. Like we're both like fucking people in my dreams.
Were
We're
there any
fucking
other-
out to like I don't know. What?
Were there more?
Oh man, just like those two.
Hmm. Okay, well let me ask you this: do you have a what was it? A magic compass?
He pulls up his necklace, and you can see if there's like a compass attached to it. Well, I got a compass that's been passed down in my family. It's not magical though.
Sweet, destroy that.
Really? Are you
Or-
sure?
Or is it?
Well, if it's magic, why would we ever destroy it?
Look, man, like I don't think it's magic at all. I've kept it
Yes, but they do.
mental.
Sniff it.
If only
Sniff
we
it.
had someone
How
who
the fuck
could.
are we gonna
Yeah.
tell if it's magic?
If only we had someone who could
I don't
like
know.
smell magic. That'd be so useful.
Yeah, I could try
Yeah.
to smell it, and then I also want to. It's too bad we don't have a second compass, and we could see if it's pointing north or pointing to something else.
I pull out my phone and push the compass button.
You would have to take the compass and check
Woohoo.
it. Ooh,
It
okay.
worked.
18. There's definitely something coming from that compass.
No, dude, this is definitely a magic compass.
Give me a second, Dustin. Success.
Maybe I'll let you fight polar bears.
Oh,
Alright,
actually,
now
this
that's
isn't
your-
magic at all, but I'll buy it for $20. No, just
Alright, as
kidding.
you're smelling it, and like, as you're trying to get a good sense of it, you can. It's sort of like you're smelling a direction, but it's not north. It's pointing. It's say. Pointing east? Yeah, no, or more like east. Northeast-ish? Definitely northeast-ish smell. But it's not pointing north.
What do you think, Dustin? What's that schnoz of yours telling you?
Well, for one thing, definitely magic compass.
Hmm.
Whatever it points at is probably some potent, powerful stuff. And I say we head there.
I agree.
I heartily agree. Yeah.
Well, I
Alright.
guess we should at least scan the apartment a little bit more. But
I'm guessing the desk that he mentioned earlier is like torn apart and his secret spell book is gone.
He. Oh, wait, hang on, damn it. Don't mute speakers. It's bad. Was he looking around? Don't see anything like too compromising. Like it's mostly just sort of like bills and credit card statements and other like mostly just like boring personal letters, just like strewn out from his room. There's nothing that says like magical ritual 101 on it.
Gotcha. Sid, is your ritual still here?
I keep it back at my office in the bookstore, man.
Oh, I thought you said your house.
You said it was
Alright.
in your desk.
Yeah.
At my office.
Ah, okay. All right, so you ready to go treasure hunting?
Sure, man.
Oh, or well, actually, do you guys want to question the neighbors real quick to see what they saw?
Oh, you could do that. If you wanted to.
In this drug den?
Well, aside from the rickety elevator, everything seems to be okay.
Oh,
No needles lying around or like meth pipes.
I don't know. I was huffing keyboard cleaner. I didn't hear anything.
I mean, there's probably a key dealer around here somewhere.
Yeah, let's give it a quick shot. It'll take a second. So
Alright.
yeah.
Questioning neighbors is gonna be. That'll be with Connect again.
I have terrible connect, so I'm going to insist someone else do that.
I questioned them exactly how a robot would question people.
Oh, dude, you just do a void comp test with them.
No, obviously
seen
Chris
Blade
P.
Runner?
Chris P.
I'm
questions
very
them like a robot.
suspicious and question people about birds, apparently.
Oh my gosh. I'm the only one with rapport.
I'm actually quite good at it. I have a 60 target, and I totally tanked it.
So try and question my neighbors a bit. And Paddington. You try. You just sort of like walk up to the door, knock them, and just stare at them. You just sort of like close the door slowly. Crispy and Dalton, you're knocking a few doors, but no one answers.
Have you seen this
Richard.
chicken?
Have you seen this chicken? Richard.
Sir.
Knock on one of the neighbors' doors. Aspen's like, sort of nod is like, yeah, I heard. Say they heard a couple odd noises, and they saw they were out getting their mail. They saw a strange gentleman coming out of Chris's apartment.
Strange gentleman.
Yeah, it is like, you know, the look some people get, you know, not to fuck with them. Like, they're like one moment away from like tearing your goddamn head off. That sort of guy. Like, real, like, screen, you know, looking at him made my skin crawl. It just.
So yeah, this guy looked pretty BA, huh?
Yeah, I called the police, because, like, it was what? Oh, it wasn't actually that long ago, was it? Like, I think, no more than, like, yeah, I think it was just, like, 20 minutes before you guys showed up. You just, like, came in and out pretty quick, I guess. I mean, the police still haven't showed up since I called them.
Gosh, good thing they're on time.
Well, I don't really have any questions for him now. Do you guys have anything you want to ask the neighbor?
Anne does, but she just stares at him.
Okay, well, thank you very much for your time.
No one has any questions. Neighbor just sort of goes back to their apartment. You guys are all sort of milling around Sid's entry hall.
Yeah, so treasure hunting time.
Let's follow that nose, boys and
Oh.
girls and
I
robot.
feel like noting this also. It means it wasn't that woman that broke in. It was a man that broke in. So there's a. I'm thinking. Listening to a bird person about a bird person might be a mistake.
What?
Listening
Damn
to
birds.
about the other woman might be a mistake.
Oh, okay. Or maybe
Uh,
she's like some sort of shapeshifter or something. Or they can summon, I don't know, like
Birds.
weird.
Maybe
Yeah,
she had a
guys.
sex change since she last was seen.
Maybe.
A world of possibilities.
Yeah. Anyway, I want to see where this compass takes us. Let's go.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys asking for a compass from Sid to try and figure out how it works?
I sort of assumed he'd be coming with us.
I assume Sid's leading.
Yeah.
It's his compass.
Yeah.
Alright, he sort of nods and comes with you guys.
Leading. That way we are.
So you're all in the
behind.
Jeep. It's like Sid sort of like looks at you guys like, so you guys know what you're doing? Like, I didn't even know if his compass was magical until like
Nope.
5 minutes ago. Like, I don't even know how I like get it to work or what it does.
So we just point it.
Yeah, I just sort of assumed that it's a magical compass, so it'll like point us to where it wants us to go, right?
I don't know, man.
Well,
Like
just
right
hold
now,
it in your hand. It will go that way.
okay, I'm holding my hand and sort of like pointing.
It's not a complicated device. It's a compass.
Pointing north by northeast. Okay.
Awesome.
All right. Let's get going, and I'll pull out of the parking lot.
See, Sid, let me share some advice for you. You can tell it's magical because compasses point north, whereas this one is
you're holding
pointing
a
north
magnet
by
next to it.
northeast.
Okay.
All
Well,
right.
it did point north sometimes. Other times it pointed different directions. I never really paid attention. I thought it was just old.
Oh, it's a part-time magic compass.
Can I hold the compass and make sure it's consistent between people, just to make sure that we're not chasing after like some random, just.
We're chasing
I
our
think
heart's
we should,
desires.
I was about to make that joke. Dadgum.
Yeah, you take the compass from Sid. Still pointing north by northeast.
All right, it's reliable.
Like it
Right.
turns slightly to continue pointing in its original direction as it like moves around as you taking it.
Oh,
All right.
sweet.
Let's roll.
Okay, you begin driving.
And Paddington will keep her eyes out for any blue bugs or black sedans or black Fords.
All right,
keep
as
an eye
you're
on the
driving, those of you who are not driving and are focusing on the compass to like navigate, you can give me notice checks, please.
I'm driving, so I don't. You said I don't get a nose check, right?
That is true.
Oh,
Okay.
hell yes. Hell yes.
9.
I'm focusing on those birds and looking out the window for the damn birds.
Is it those crows up there on the lamppost? Is it the seagulls up on the electrical wires? No, okay. Alright, so we got 44 and a 9. Alright. And Sid will be helping navigate with the compass. Alright. Let's see. Chris G with 9. As you're driving along, you can notice that the black Camaro that you saw, that Chris told you about, and was outside of the apartment building, a bit farther down the street, does seem to be following you. It's decently far back, but you might have missed it. But the guy does not seem to be professional tailor in that you wouldn't notice him.
Hmm.
Mike, we're being followed. Lose him.
But 44,
You got it. I'm going to like turn into some oncoming traffic and
Kill us all.
Cut
I
Cross.
scream like a girl. I am one.
alright. Dalton,
then
you were playing Dustin. Let's see. A natural is. Alright, so you got 4 hardened notches on the natural, so this is not going to prevent a check. Alright. So, it's sort of a double take for you, Dalton. Like, you look away, you look back, just to confirm that what you saw out of your corner of your eye was actually what was going on. And, you know, you do triple take just to be absolutely certain, but you could swear to God that there is a woman flying after you.
Bird!
Like,
Bird!
She's obviously trying to be, like, stealthy, and she's doing a very good job at it. So, like, ducking behind chimneys, keeping out of, line of sight of a road for the most part. It also helps with the fairly quiet day right now. But you are being tailed by someone who can fly, apparently.
Alright, guys, we have bird people
See?
on the tail.
Told you.
The two of us
out
like
Sid
high five
is
each
not
other.
Crazy. Confirmed, Sid is not crazy.
We don't know that for sure.
At
Just
least.
because he's right about flying bird people does not mean he's not crazy.
All
Like,
right.
dear God, look out! Oncoming traffic.
So yeah, it's time to lose some fools. All right. What do I need to roll to, you know, lose these guys?
I'm
As the
gonna assume
driver.
you don't have a driving identity.
I have Survivor, which is pretty vague, you know, as in I can survive this reckless endangerment of myself and others. You know.
What's pursuit based off of?
I'm
Okay.
looking at the skills and I see a thing called dodge, but that might be more like physically dodging things in
Yeah, I was
combat.
thinking pursuit would probably be a better one for driving. But I'll allow survivor. Let's say you picked up some, either survivor or veteran, or we're at the same percentage.
Survivor or veteran? Okay.
I'll assume you picked up some more advanced driving lessons. Either
Okay.
out of fear or during your tour.
Okay. So I'll just roll flat percentile die. Right?
Or just click the bubble next to your survivor or veteran identities.
Oh, I didn't see that there. Yeah, okay. Alright, and I guess what I'm going to try to do is like do a hard turn into a side street, maybe into like a tunnel or something to lose the bird lady too. I don't know. Ooh.
There's probably no tunnels nearby, but you can definitely start. Oh dear.
You've
there's probably
murdered
a
us.
yeah. So refresh my memory. There's no way to like do rerolls in this system, right?
No. There are flip flops.
Right.
There are rerolls.
Right.
It's a matched failure. It's not a fumble, but it's a matched failure. Okay.
That is unfortunate.
Okay, I need you to give me a. What would work best here? Let's say dodge check will apply here.
Okay.
Give me dodge.
Yes, sir. Oh. Oh, that's not good.
Okay.
I'm imagining I'm like, okay, guys, buckle up. Things are about to get a little rocky, and then I immediately am into a flip hole.
Well,
We're gonna die.
okay. So you think you got off
We're
to a
gonna
pretty good start?
die.
Like you swing into a side street, accelerate a bit to a bit over speed limit, praying for no cops. And unfortunately, it was just not your day. As you start to gun it to get away, you hit a pothole real bad. And like you try and sort of like correct. Unfortunately, you're panic a little, and you forget your driving lessons. You just like end up spinning out into a lamppost. All of you just sort of like thrown around into the size of a jeep, almost out in one person's case. Dalton, you managed to like your seatbelt holds and you hang on to a cage for dear life. And you come to a very bumpy halt. All of you are very bruised at this point. Being like bumped around. You can notice the jeep is sagging slightly to one side.
Okay, everyone get out. This thing's rigged to self-destruct in 5.
Running. Keep looking for bird people as I run.
Okay, all of you evacuating the jeep?
I mean, if it still runs, we should probably make some use of the jeep. We don't know how far we have to go, and I'm assuming that the enemies are closing on us at this point.
You don't know. You just sort of like you're coming down from your adrenaline high of like a spinning out jeep.
Okay, what would we roll to assess the damage on the jeep?
Nothing to roll. You're just looking around like the jeep. The body's okay, like a little dent. When you look over the side, you notice that one of your tires is burst.
Okay. Do I have a spare tire?
You do. Get a spare tire on your trunk.
Cool.
Or on the back.
You guys keep an eye out and I'll start changing the tire. Either that or we can just hoof it and I can call a towing company to come get it and we'll worry about the car later. Or the jeep later.
So you were a soldier, right? Do you have a gun by any chance? Like,
Matt.
for instance, if we were...
You do have a gun. Just a handgun.
Do I have it with me?
That would be... What would be something for luck?
He should roll his identity.
Actually,
Yeah, that makes
Mike
sense.
Shaw, would you keep a gun on your person?
That depends. Like, for this, it depends, on, like, how well I know this, Sid guy. And, like, if when he called us this morning, if he was like, hey, things are getting crazy and I'm scared for my life and you guys need to come loaded for bear, then yeah, he'll probably take his gun with him. But if it's just like a, hey, I need you to meet me over here, I want to talk about it on the phone, he probably wouldn't bother getting his gun.
You do not have your gun then.
Okay, then. No, I do not have my gun with me. So yeah, do you guys want to just bail, or do you guys want to risk the Furies catching up with us?
Well, if we're in a van, there's a thing called a roof that protects us from flying bird people. Also, it prevents us from having to walk an unknown amount of distance to find the end of the compass thing.
However, that is a jeep with no doors and no roof, I assume.
There's like a roof that
this is
can
a
fold
cloth
over it,
roof?
but yeah, it's cloth.
Oh,
Yeah.
Christ.
What if we steal the car from the guy that's following us?
That sounds... You know what? I'm down for that. Let's do it.
That seems a little risky.
Because let's be honest, Mike's gonna have to drive the... If we repair the Jeep, Mike's gonna have to drive the car again. And we
Your
all know how
solution-
well that went.
Yeah, that's not good. Their solution is the person following us, we attempt to carjack them without weapons while standing around waiting for the bird people to get us. Right?
Only we
That
don't
was
have
the-
any weapons.
That was my
It's not
point.
a perfect plan. I just thought I'd throw it out there.
Okay.
I support Dustin in his creative decisions.
I
Okay.
yeah. All right. You know what? You know what? I think we should just bail. We'll call an Uber and we'll go from there. Right now, we need to get Sid away from these things that are hounding him.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so what's everyone doing at this point?
I imagine we're like running down like a back alleyway or something, or maybe we're running down a street or two and then hiding out in a coffee shop while we call an Uber.
Alright, Mike, I need you to give me a notice check. Or Richard. Alright. So as you look around, you're moving, sort of arguing about what to do next. You look up. And it's kind of lucky that you did, cause you're just able to notice a woman trying to chuck a stone at you from a rooftop. See if she succeeds.
A bird woman, perhaps?
Just a regular woman. God, how do I roll dice again? Oh! Oh, that's not good. You can give me a dodge check. Since
Who,
you
me?
Saw her. Yup. Saw her doing that. Need to look up something real quick. Alright. Let's see. 14 is not gonna beat the matched 11s.
I figured
All
as
right.
much.
So you're... Ooh, that's bad.
You've been brained by a rock.
Okay.
Alright. So... Sort of look up, and a rock goes like flying. And, like, gives you, hits you pretty hard in the head. And sort of like, stagger back a bit. Flecks of blood getting in your eyes. Your head's sort of ringing at this point. Sort of like holding onto the Jeep to stay standing.
Ow.
Mike never
Look out,
grunts in
bird
pain.
people.
This is dire.
So she's up on top of the building. Is there any sort of obvious way to get up there? Like a fire escape?
The rest of you can give me notice checks. She's gonna roll.
Still searching the sky for those bird people.
Oh, everyone but Richard, because you're dealing with a massive head injury.
I haven't rolled.
Oh, right, that's your dodge roll. I'm sorry. I thought it was a notice. Never mind. So that's crumble, fail, fail. Alright, all of you just sort of like start panicking. You're looking around, not sure what's going on. Don't know where that stone came from. Let's see.
Can I say something to the effect of she's on the roof?
Yeah, you can sort of like yell and splutter that. at them.
Ah, she's on the roof.
Okay, I push him into the cover of the Jeep.
Okay.
So we don't get wailed on by any more flying rocks.
Okay. Well, another rock just goes flying off the hood of the Jeep.
See? I saved you.
There's a dunk.
Good work.
My hero. Okay, so that's going to make changing the tire difficult. Yeah.
Only if it's on the other side.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be bandaging up my head for the next few rounds. If you guys want to do something, like I don't know, try to talk to her or like make her head explode with magic, you know, whatever.
Let's do
I'm gonna
it.
change the fucking tire, because I just stay in the cover of the Jeep and change the tire.
Was there a fire escape or like a way I could try to get up there?
We saw a squat.
Not that you can see.
Okay.
Well,
They're
Matt,
all
I have a
like-
question for you.
Okay.
This may surprise everybody, but I'm a robot. Can I can I just like climb up the side of the wall? Can I just like punch my hands into the wall and scale that way?
You are not that kind of robot?
Damn it. I have clockwork physique, man. Oh, I guess that only replaces struggle. Okay. Worth trying. I'm not the Terminator. That's okay.
We're not the Terminator.
Then yeah, can I
You
search
could
for a fire
try
escape?
and climb up the side of a house.
Yeah, sure. I'll go for it. Fitness.
Yep, that'd definitely be a fitness. Surprisingly, two-story house. Like stand, try and get a grip on like mortared bricks. Doesn't seem to be working very well. Well, while Chris is doing that, Crispy and Dalton, Sid just sort of like starts running off down the street.
What? When the fuck did Sid get brave?
You were mistaking bravery for cowardice, or you're mistaking cowardice for bravery.
So
He
he's
just
willing to
seems to
challenge
like
all
freaking out,
those
running at
bird
sort of
people
looking at-
himself. Well,
That
Sid's
brave
lost, let's go
man is
home.
trying to pull them away from us to save our lives.
Sid's lost. Time to go home.
Sid, come back. We're safer together. Just stay out of rock range and you're good. You don't have to go that far.
Flying bird people.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's still running even though I yell at him.
He is not listening to you.
All right, yeah, I guess I will run after him. Try to tackle him if it comes to it.
Okay. So you start sprinting after him. Mike and Darby, you're just sort of like huddled behind the Jeep. And Ann Paddington, you are looking up the wall, trying to get it to climb up for you. Like it should. Because that's how walls work. All right. Dalton, you're running after Sid. When a woman sort of like calmly steps out from the alleyway and punches Sid in the face.
Well, I immediately. Oh.
He doesn't seem to like try and dodge it. He just sort of like runs headfirst, or almost runs headfirst into her fist. Let's see. Damage purposes. Oh! That's real bad. Sid just sort of like crumples to the ground, his nose bleeding.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna tackle her instead. Try to keep her away from him. Oh yeah, good question.
Dalton, as you're running into this woman, you do recognize her. She is the Angela Osborne from the Facebook profile you saw. Anyway, give me a struggle roll, please, as you're running into her.
I am running to assist.
Oh.
Alright, so you sort of like...
Can you flop that?
Oh, I should have rolled tougher than he looks. I still would have failed. But it's an ability I can replace for struggle. And it
yeah.
also provides a wound threshold.
Was that your obsession skill? Or...
Tougher than he looks, it's an identity.
Oh, Knows from Magic is your obsession skill. Okay, never mind. Let's see. If it falls into one of your passions, you could do one flip-flop.
Well, I would say...
That doesn't really seem to fall in.
Doesn't he... he hates when people abuse magic, and this person is obviously planning to abuse it.
She just stepped out and punched someone in the face. It doesn't really count as abusing magic to hurt someone.
Yeah, I guess not in this particular
Or like
situation.
connecting her fist to someone's face. Anyway, you see sort of like charge at her. She just gets like put a surprised look on her face, like stumbles back and was like, shit. Just like stumbles out of your reach as you try and get her. She's gonna try and punch you back. What's her struggle? Oh, she's got a special one for her struggle. Alright. Gonna roll. Hers is about 50. Oh, 1D 100. Nope. Stumbling back, your sudden rush at her put her a little off balance, and like she tries to like punch at you, but it just goes wide.
I'm running in to assist.
Okay. You will arrive there after Dalton does his thing. So Dalton, what are you gonna do?
All right, so I have another chance to. Just like I'm gonna sweep the legs.
Okay.
This time I'm going to roll the identity, tougher than he looks.
All right, roll that identity.
Unfortunate.
You're both pretty off balance, and like you start feeling those bruises from the almost car wreck right now.
So I got a question. I have a bunch of these identity things.
Yep.
One has a feature says evaluates violence.
That would be if you're interacting with someone, you wanted to know how affected they were by violence.
Okay.
After some amount of interaction, you could roll that and get a sense of how their shock gauge is. So how hardened or how many failed notches they have on their violence meter.
So I'm coming in. I'm basically gonna clothesline her while they're flailing about.
Okay. Roll your struggle. I don't know if Darby has an identity that replaces struggle.
I have no idea.
You've got college dropout and rebel. So, nope. Roll base struggle.
I suck at this really badly.
Unknown Armies is gonna be kind of like that. You're not professional fighters. You just sort of like flail around until eventually something connects and one of you drops. Alright, so Chris P, charge in, try and hit her, but you know, almost hit Dustin with your punch, and you both sort of like stumble with like trying not like slam into each other. What's she gonna do?
Become good friends? Yeah?
No.
Surrender?
She's going to try to dodge past you guys and get at Sid. Let's see if she can do that. Yeah, she's not got anything special that might let her do that. Where's dodge? Here you were. 30. Helplessness. Oh dear. Just gonna roll versus a 20. Oh! Surprisingly, she managed to dodge past your flanking attempts to hit her and starts grabbing at the necklace that Sid's wearing of compasses.
She's good.
Alright, Dalton.
Alright, so the van, the wheel is out, but technically we could still drive at a small distance, or they could, right?
Technically, yes.
Alright. So I'm going to yell, hit her with the van, and then I'm going to try to tackle again.
So,
Alright.
can I do something now?
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, we'll do Dalton's action first, so roll. I guess you're struggling with her?
Yeah, use the identity again.
Yep.
Oh.
Nope, she manages to, like, duck and pull the chain off of, Sid's neck. Richard, what did you want to do?
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and guess that trying to ram someone who's in melee combat with my friends is probably a bad idea.
You would be correct.
Okay.
Also, the blood is making it hard to see.
Oh, I thought I'd been bandaging myself up for the past few minutes. That's why, for the past few rounds while they were scuffling.
Does not stop stinging motions, unfortunately.
Okay.
So your eyesight's a little squiffy at this point. You're mostly stopped bleeding.
Can I try to run over and burn her with a tire iron?
You can try and hit her with a car.
No, I want to like hit her with a tire iron.
Okay.
I feel like trying to ram someone, you know, with the car. Not only is that like not a great idea in general when they're fighting your friends, but Also, you know, if it kills her, then I could be put on trial for vehicular homicide. So let's just share with the tire iron.
Okay.
All right, what would you like me to roll?
Roll me a fitness to try and get there this turn, so we can make your struggle.
Can I use the veteran since it substitutes for fitness? In relation to resistance to challenges for violence.
That's to see if you're shocked for like at violence.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that does not cover moving quick like. I still got like you got fitness at 45 though.
Okay, let's give it a shot. Okay, that was pretty bad.
That head wound really. You're not feeling so well. You're showing like you stagger up, you grab your tire iron. Then like the pavement comes up to give you a nice warm greeting, and you're kneeling back on the pavement again, trying not to vomit.
Daggum.
Okay. I come up behind her since, you know, I haven't done anything successful yet. I just basically put my foot on her rear, and since she's struggling over Sid, and just shove as hard as I can.
Alright. Sounds like more struggling.
Because I don't know what else to do.
Try and shove her with your foot.
Struggle. Hell yeah.
God, I'm awful at this.
Nope. Surprisingly enough, your college education did not cover hand-to-hand combat.
Give me a book so I can hit her with a book. I'm good with that.
Book of Hitting. You a plus 20 shift. Alright, she's managed to get the compass off of from around Sid's neck, and gonna try and book it out away from you guys.
Since she's surrounded, does she get like a huge penalty?
Hmm.
I mean, you know, Rich is flailing around at her feet trying to trip her at this point.
Well, I believe there is some distance between the Jeep and where you guys are flailing around.
Yeah, from what you said a minute ago, I just basically like hopped out of the car with my tire iron and then I fell over.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much. What's her fitness? Fitness is tied to helplessness, so she's decently fit, actually. Alright, so she's gonna roll against a 60. Did not seem to roll that time. Hang on. There we go.
Oh, her leg is
Nope.
broken in a golfer hole.
In a street sidewalk.
She did not critical failure. She just sort of like, she's just not getting to her feet that well. She's stumbling. She tries to stand up and like take the necklace and hold on to it all in like one not so smooth motion. Anne, you just sort of like staring at the wall still, or are you gonna?
I would like to think I could get involved in this, but you know, if I'm still staring at a wall, I guess that's.
I'll
Very
say that the wall obsession has ended. And
Sweet.
you can peek around and see why people are like flailing about and shouting.
I would like to escalate the situation. And
Okay.
Anne looks over. Her friends are fighting well and fighting valiantly against this kung fu
Not well.
master.
Not
It's
well.
this 90-pound woman.
Really more of a Jackie Chan movie at this point.
So she She squints her eyes, raises her hand, and the concealed finger blades in her fingers like pop out. She's like, I'm gonna save my friends. And she like runs like the $1 Million Man to
David Fighton has moved close enough that you could like move and like stab her if she is trying to run towards where you are. She doesn't know you're there.
Sweet, I'd love to do that.
Okay, roll me a clockwork physique as you try and like fuck.
Let's see. Anne raises her hands to do that, but they get stuck in her fingers, so she just stands there like looking at her nails for a really long time.
Okay.
Or at least that's what it looks like to you guys.
And book it the other way.
Okay. I would say that still falls under struggle.
I don't know what else to do.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Hey guys, I say we let her have it, you know, it's just not in the cards today.
Alright. Dalton, did you take your action?
I would like to. Maybe statistics will be on my side. I'll go for one more tackle.
Okay.
I believe in you.
Oh no, the statistics are not on my side. Never mind. How many hits have now missed her? She is like really doing well.
She is very lucky.
Matt, you're cheating, admit it. You've cursed us.
I am not responsible for how Roll20 engine decides how it does its random numbers, sir.
You Canadian snow wizard, you are cursing
What
us.
just do? Hang on, I just decided to close Chrome randomly.
Oh, that's problematic.
Yup. Hang on.
So how do you celebrate the New Year in Canada?
I celebrated by sitting around with my boyfriend,
Gotcha.
not doing anything.
I like to think all of Canada celebrates it by sitting around with your boyfriend.
Doing nothing.
The whole nation.
I was gonna say probably some sort of elaborate ritual where you have to build like an igloo and like
Play
smoke some
hockey.
juice meat in it or something. I don't know.
Hockey's got to be in there somewhere.
Yeah.
I would imagine some people went and got shit-faced at a hockey game.
Moose are kind of scary. It's like a
They are.
gigantic animal.
Not kinda. They are scary.
You do not want to get on the bad side of a moose.
I don't know if I want to get on any side of it. Maybe
Well,
like,
I mean, so long as you don't get near it, they're perfectly okay. Only when you get near it, into kicking range, we gotta worry. Or if it decides it doesn't like you and charges at you and tries to like gore you with its antlers. This is
Yeah, I
also-
imagine that would be a bit problematic.
Alright. Angela is gonna try and do something. Now when she sees like most of you guys are trying to get up off the ground and like punch her. Let's see if she can do it.
She's gonna try to get
She
off the ground
can.
too.
So
I
she's
thought it
sort of
was
like,
versus a 60.
I'm sorry?
I thought she had a 60.
That's
She rolled a 64 to do her
Right.
thing.
She.
All right.
And what was her target number?
I thought it was a 60.
Her target number is a 73.
Oh.
Oh wow, she's really good.
She has a
She
special
is
identity.
Jackie Chan.
So she just sort of like seems to do like a quick double take look around, and then proceeds to jump a couple feet straight up into the air. And hang bear.
Now, Matt, one of my features is that it provides initiative, which lets me, if I'm reading this right, lets me, like, do something before she can complete that.
Sure. If you can make the identity roll.
I'm hoping I can. Although
I
nothing
believe
I've
in you,
done
man.
today should make me
Give
believe
me
it.
1 minute, and I'll be right back with you.
Okay.
Yup. Alright, roll that identity.
Sweet. That's right, guys. I read the book. Of course. Anne finds a handgun out of nowhere, puts it in her mouth, and blows her robot brains out.
Alright,
Oh,
what are your... how many hardened notches in unnatural do you guys have?
I have no idea what that means.
Alright, so... in the middle of your character sheet, there's like these whole bunch of bars that have like helplessness, isolation, self, unnatural, and violence next to them. On the unnatural bar, look where the X is on the bubbles.
It's right under the N for notice.
Alright, so that's... be 1 or 2? Alright, so that's hardened notch. So alright, so that's 2 1s and a 2. And if I remember correctly, Anne, Anne doesn't give a shit. All of you can roll. How do we defend against the natural checks?
I have evaluates the unnatural. Whatever that means.
Alright, so for rolling against an unnatural check, to see
Self?
whether or not you pass or fail. Yeah, it should be under self. That'll be versus unnatural. So if you don't have 4, or you're not Anne Paddington, give me a roll versus your unnatural meter.
Either I rolled really bad or really good.
All right,
Nice.
where
One
do
is
I
very
roll?
good. You click the bubble next to versus unnatural, next to the self meter.
I don't see this. Versus self. Okay, here we go. All right.
Darby's been waiting to see a bird woman all day, and when she finally sees it, she's like, yes, at last.
I don't think critical successes do anything special in this case. Other than that you're super not impressed by this woman's flying ability. Alright. If you passed, so Chris P. and Richard, you can gain 1 more hardened notch in the unnatural meter. So wherever the X is, wherever the X is right now, move it up to the next bubble.
To the right?
Should we still do that even though it's a one shot?
Probably not. But in the
Okay.
future, you'll be getting hardened notches.
Cool.
But we can, however, go over failure. Alright, so Dalton. Sorry.
Yeah.
Alright, Dalton. In this case, you would gain a failed notch, which you won't do. But since you failed, you get to pick to either do you fight, flight, or freeze in response to this shock.
I'm gonna have to go with fight.
Alright. Give me another tougher than you look roll.
Oh, finally, that's what I've been waiting for.
At last.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me 1 second. 'Cause I'm pretty sure matches do firearm damage.
Don't forget that Chris still hasn't taken his action yet.
Oh, but I failed the. Oh, crispy. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh no, I meant the super fast improved initiative action you could do.
Oh no, but I
I
failed
didn't
rolling for
realize-
that.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Chris
okay.
tried that. Alright, so as she starts to fly up, Dalton just get like a really like angry look in your eye, and like you just like charge kick to like jump kick off the side of one of the buildings, grab her by the leg, and just like slam her into the ground.
Yes.
Give me another tougher than you look roll, please, Dalton. Alright, that would be that much damage. Well, that's not good. Alright. Give me 1 second to calculate some stuff. Things are down to... So Dalton just sort of like grabs her out of the air and just like slams her into the ground and just like jumps on top of her and just like starts to wail on her face. What are you guys doing? I guess Chris G and Chris P. And Richard, if you're trying to pick yourself up off the ground.
Oh shoot! I thought I was unconscious this whole time. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I definitely do that. Then.
You're not feeling very well, but you're not unconscious. If you're unconscious, it'd be very bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk smack because that was really cool and I'm not in direct danger. And gonna try to grab the compass out of her hand while she's getting her face pounded to the pavement.
Okay. So you're grabbing the compass. Chris G, what are you doing?
Let's see. I'm gonna roll for my my guru Mike Shaw. If I succeed, I would like to help Dalton beat her up. But if I fail, I want to try to pull Dalton off.
Okay. So what would...
Alright, so basically I don't hold it against her that she killed Mike. So I'm like, whoa! Violence isn't the answer. So I'm just trying to pull Dalton off, or Destin off.
Okay.
I just want to see how the character felt about it.
You can give me a... You can give me a connect roll to try and get through to Dalton in a sort of mad fury.
Excellent. I'm very personable.
You could flip-flop that.
Could she?
What's my passion? How can I see that?
So... You got the Rage, Noble, and Fear. Doesn't look like it...
Ooh, can it be my fear because I'm afraid of forgetting myself and Dustin's going berserk on her? He's forgetting himself in a moment of passion.
I'd allow it.
Hell yeah, sure, I'll switch it around.
Alright, it's 15. Alright, so you're able to get through to Dalton. Dalton, you sort of come to. One of your fists is covered in blood. You can see the woman underneath you is definitely not doing very well. Her head has been smashed into the ground, and a very solid blow has like followed it up.
Justin, calm down. She's down. Stop it.
Can I just check and see if she has wings that she's covering up, just to be 100% on that?
Yep, she does not have wings.
Okay, good to
She appears
know.
to be a normal human being.
Well, I guess that wraps it up for that combat.
What about the person on the roof?
As far as you know, that was her.
God, that would be so funny if we take her down and then somebody else gets murdered by a rock.
Just getting on for 11:30.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna need to crash soon.
Cool.
Yeah, we should try and wrap this up quickly.
Okay. Well, I mean, like, how do you want to handle this, Matt? Do you want to like give us a montage, or do you want to like, just pick it up again next week, or what? What you want to do, man?
I guess if y'all can make it, we can pick it up again next week.
Yeah, I can
I
make
still
next
got a
week.
few more things to. Yeah, I got a few more things of a scenario to go through. Probably should have structured it differently because I wanted to get it done in one night.
Hey, man, that was my problem the entire last campaign. So don't beat yourself up
Yup.
about it.
Yeah, been there.
Yeah. But yeah, I can make next week, and then that will give us a little more time to read the rule book and meditate, you know, on whether or not to pull the trigger on it. Right?
Yep. Alright, so we will pause at the end of his combat. You have successfully subdued Angela Osborne.
The Green Goblin.
For debate at this point. And Sid is sort of like still down on the ground with bloody nose.
Hell yeah.
And all of y'all can hear the sound of a police car, police sirens approaching you.
It's gonna be a little hard to explain all this.
Yes, so we'll leave off on that cliffhanger. Questions, comments, suggestions, concerns?
Nope, thanks for running.
How did you guys felt this went?
By and large, I thought it went all right. That isn't very constructive criticism. I know. I'm trying to think of like specific things to mention.
There are feedback questions. Yeah, if you need a bit more direction.
Oh, sweet, excellent. Okay.
I already like this adventure like a lot more than the last one.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like that we have more freedom to like do stuff, you know, and we're not just walking down a street, you know.
In a hobo's mind. Yeah.
Yeah. What is my what is my perspective of the mechanics and rules? I don't know. Maybe it's because we're like level 1 scrub characters, but it's a little frustrating because it's like every single thing we do, we fail. Yeah, that's a little disheartening. But I know a lot of that was just bad luck because not only did we fail, but we failed in such a way that we couldn't flip-flop it in order to succeed. So
Yeah. I mean, this is good for me. For GMing this, so I know. That gives me a better like estimation of when I want you to roll, and well, mainly I should get you to roll and when I shouldn't. Like I know most of the time in Unknown Armies you shouldn't be rolling that much, just because like it is kind of built around you guys failing. And I just need to figure out ways to make failure more interesting versus frustrating.
gotcha.
But I mean, combat in Unknown Armies, if you haven't like specifically taken an identity for it, is hard for like people who have not been like hardened. Just because like you're not used to violence, you haven't really trained in like hurting people. You just sort of like flail around and like hope you hit.
Gotcha.
Which is like, it fits thematically, but I could see where it gets frustrating.
Yeah. Also, what might be useful with that is that, like, if when we do have combats, if you were to pull up the turn order thing, not because I know that it specifically says in the book that you don't have turn order, you just do whatever. But I think it would help
So people don't get
clarify
lost.
what's going on, and so we don't like jump on to each other when we're taking actions, because like if you notice that in that last fight, Chris and I both went kind of quiet because
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I will pull it out for next time. But I'm not like, I've never really been super picky on like turn order. Yeah, I'll remember that for next time. I'll do.
Okay.
If we need to, we can like go for initiative and that whole shtick. Anything else?
What's conflict resolution supposed to look like in Unknown Armies?
I gotta go.
'Cause I get a
mainly-
feeling combat's not it.
Okay, I'll catch you later, Chris. Glad you're not sick. Yeah.
Yep. So conflict in Unknown Armies, like the chapter literally begins with like how to avoid getting into a fight,
Yeah.
and like eventually it gets to, well, if you really need to hurt someone, here's how to like structure it so that it's to your advantage, versus like walking in blind and like trying to flail around until you hit something. So yeah, combat is definitely not something you want to get into, just cause like, man oh man, can it real hurt. Especially since like I'm one tracking wound points and injuries, and like if you take a certain amount of wound points in like one attack, you're gonna be like knocked out for a bit. And also might apply shifts depending on like what happens. And then if you're not accustomed, if you don't have a lot of violence, hardened notches, you can like trigger a lot of stress checks. If someone tries to like stab you with a knife or like shoot at you, you could just like end up freezing or putting yourself in a worse position.
Yeah.
Anything else, or shall we all turn in for the night?
I liked Sid. I just throwing that
Oh,
out
okay.
there. Yeah.
I am glad you liked him.
Yeah. And I love how he was like, I think the bird women are like a metaphor. I don't think there's literally bird women after me. And then yeah, bird women are literally after him.
Well, flying woman.
Yeah, whatever. Okay. Well, I guess I'll see you guys next week then, Lord willing. Unless someone else has other questions.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Scary Game Squad. Resident Evil 7 is back with 2 more stories for us.
It hasn't been that long. What do you mean? The game came out in January.